It's a very wonderful day to you, and I welcome you to First Next News Spot Accord, and I welcome you also to the newspaper review segment. I am Kings Ojalo. Now let's strike on to our newspaper platform within the country, starting with the Blueprint newspaper. On the Blueprint newspaper, boldly written, we have INEC consult over Ramadan overlap. NATS holds emergency session on Tuesday. Now we also have on that newspaper, again, Kano Singer market raised, 7 killed, 5 billion naira property destroyed. A very sad one there. And also the president of Nigeria orders probe on Governor Yusuf visits scene. We are going straight also to the This Day newspaper. On This Day newspaper, not much on that, but on the headlines, Adamawa Fintiri set to join APC, making 30 states. Grand reception for Kano government today. Find that in page 3 of This Day newspaper. Now moving to the next newspaper platform, which is the Matrix newspaper. On the Matrix, we have e-transmission of results, Senate defense decision. You find that in page 2 of that newspaper platform. Alleged purchase of toxic chemical, Ribado opens up. You find that in page 3 of the Matrix newspaper. Now on the top, UBA unveils diaspora platform to connect global African with investments, wealth opportunities. Now, on the right, we have tax reforms. Presidency debunks Amechi's allegation of 25% deduction. Now, in sports, FA Cup, Arsenal grows past Wigan into 5th round as injury crisis mounts. You find that in page 25 of that newspaper platform. Now, let's go to the Voice of Liberty. On the Voice of Liberty, boldly written, U.S. troops, war plans land in Borno, Kaduna as Nigeria-U.S. joint offensive takes off. Now we also have El-Rufai accuses Ribado office of importing poison from Poland. That is a very interesting one there. Now we also have on the top, I will make Kaduna not industrial hub. That is coming from Governor Sani. We also have on the side, presidency linked El-Rufai attack on NSA to 432 billion naira corruption probe. Now on the bottom left, Senate finally reveals why real time was removed from electoral bill. We also have ADC flies Tinubu for attending fishing festival while terror spread. Now on the bottom, Kano fire outbreak. Ramala Liberty 103.3 FM, Kano boss sympathizes with traders. Now going to the Vanguard newspaper. On the Vanguard newspaper, boldly written, reps under pressure to abandon compulsory ill transmission of result. You find that in page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. On the top, we communicate movement of terrorists to security agency. I'll take that again. We communicate movement of terrorists to security agencies. You find that in page 12 of that newspaper. Now, without wasting much of our time, let's go to the Guardian newspaper. Boldly written, port users may pay as NCS recruits multiple FX regime at 7% margin. You find that in page 6 of that newspaper platform. Now, on the bottom left, mixed reaction trial reports U.S. troops arrive amid fresh attack. You find that in page 6. We also have on that same area, Kwara government under fire for campaigning while terrorists raid community. Now still on that, Tax Act, presidency fought Amechi claims on 25% bank deduction rule. You find that in page 3 of that newspaper platform. Now going to the Punch newspaper. On the Punch newspaper, National Assembly moved to shift presidential poll to February 13. You find that in page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Now on the top right, ex-INEC chief demands real-time results transmission as NAS panel meets. You find that in page 2 as well of the Punch newspaper. Now still on that, we also have on the bottom, insecurity, lawmakers split over Udume's support for U.S. troop deployment. You find that in page 7. Now in page 8, you will find Kwankwaso returns from Indian trip amid U.S. section threats. Now going to the Nigeria Tribune. On the Nigeria Tribune, we have on the highlights, NLC demands new power sector roadmap. I'll take that again. NLC demands new power sector roadmap. You find that in page 2 of the Nigeria Tribune. Now on the top, we have Nigeria Tax Act 2025 does not impose 25% tax on building materials. Oyedele debunks Amechi claims. Alleged imported toxic chemical. Ribado replies El-Rufai. Find that in page 3 of that newspaper platform. Now going straight to the Daily Sun newspaper. On the Daily Sun, on the top headline, Labour furious over 3 trillion naira ballot plans for power. Labour furious over 3 trillion naira ballot plans for power. We also have 2023 mistake won't repeat in 2027. That is coming from Peter Obi. Now going straight to the New Telegraph. On the New Telegraph, body written, terror war, first batch of U.S. troops, military aircraft touched down in Nigeria. You find that in page 4, 28 and 29 of the New Telegraph newspaper. Now on the top, we have NBS FDI inflows surge 123.5% to $565.2 million. Now on the bottom, we were not consulted. Christians would be subjected to it. Khan tells Nigeria Assembly. Find that in page 6. Now in page 2 and 27, United Nigeria Airline grounds 2 airplanes over bid strike. Take that again. United Nigeria Airline grounds 2 airplanes over bid strikes. Now, that is all we have on this newspaper segment. Many thanks for being with me on this segment once again. I am Kings Ojalo. It's a bye for now.